There is a place in the universe where time itself begins to unravel. A place where gravity crushes everything it touches into silence, where space folds in on itself, where light, swiftest of all travelers, is caught and held captive. We call these places black holes, and for decades we have thought of them as endings. The death of a star, the collapse of matter, the swallowing of everything. But what if we are wrong? What if, instead of being tombs, black holes are doorways? What if, instead of endings, they are beginnings? Imagine falling toward the event horizon, that shimmering edge where escape becomes impossible. For an observer outside, your descent slows, stretches, freezes in time. But for you, the traveler, time rushes forward, faster and faster, until the laws of physics begin to twist. And then, in the singularity, the heart of the black hole, the place where all equations break down, you pass through. Not into destruction, but into creation. Through a gateway, into another universe entirely. It sounds like science fiction, and for much of history, it was treated as such. But in the 20th century, when Einstein's theory of general relativity revealed how gravity could bend space-time, something extraordinary emerged from the math. The equations that describe black holes also hint at bridges, wormholes, Einstein-Rosen tunnels, pathways that might connect one region of space-time to another. And if that is true, then perhaps a black hole is not just a cosmic sinkhole but a portal, a hidden door in the fabric of existence. To imagine this, picture the surface of a balloon. On that surface, 2 points seem far apart. But if you press the balloon inward, folding the surface, those points can touch. That is what a wormhole is, a shortcut, a folding of space. A black hole, then, could be the entrance. And on the other side, perhaps not just another corner of our universe, but an entirely new one. A baby universe, born in the darkness, expanding beyond the horizon of our perception. If this possibility stirs something in you, if you feel the pull of that doorway in your mind, then stay with us. Because every question we open here leads to another, stranger still. And if you would walk those paths with us, if you would not just listen but explore, then join us. Subscribe and step through with us into the unknown. But before we venture too far, let us ground ourselves in what we know. Black holes are not mere fantasies, they are real. The first black hole candidate was discovered in 1964, a system called Cygnus X-1, where a massive invisible object devoured gas from a companion star, emitting X-rays as matter spiraled inward. Since then, we have found them everywhere, in the hearts of galaxies, in the wreckage of supernovae, in the fabric of the universe itself. We have even seen their shadow. In 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope captured the first image of a black hole's silhouette, a fiery ring of light encircling darkness. And yet, the closer we look, the more the mystery deepens. What happens inside? At the singularity, our physics collapses. General relativity, which governs the large, cannot reconcile with quantum mechanics, which governs the small. The equations explode into infinities, refusing to speak. It is here, in this silence, that the wildest possibilities emerge. Some physicists argue that within the singularity lies the seed of a new cosmos. That as matter collapses in our universe, it may explode outward in another, birthing space and time anew. In this view, every black hole is a womb. Every singularity is a big bang for a universe beyond our own. Think of it. Our universe itself may have been born from such a passage, from the death of a star in a parent cosmos. The Big Bang, instead of being a singular creation, could be the continuation of a cycle, one universe giving rise to the next. And if this is true, then black holes are not just objects in the sky, they are the architects of the multiverse. But then the questions grow sharper. If black holes birth new universes, can those universes ever connect back to ours? Or do they float away, sealed forever, unreachably distant? Could intelligence survive the crossing, falling into a black hole not as death, but as migration? Or would the forces inside tear every atom apart before any passage could be made? We cannot yet know. But to stand before the thought is to feel the vertigo of infinity itself. And still we press deeper. What would these baby universes be like? Would they share our laws of physics, our constants of nature, our galaxies and stars? Or would they be strange beyond imagination, their atoms unstable, their time flowing differently, their dimensions unrecognizable? The multiverse may be a fractal, each universe sprouting from the black holes of others, endlessly. And if so, then even now, within the black holes of our cosmos, countless new universes may already be expanding, invisible to us, yet as vast as everything we have ever known. If you have followed us this far, if the vision of new universes blooming in the dark has ignited something in you, then remember, this is only the beginning. Every doorway we open leads to corridors unending. If you wish to see where they lead, stay with us. Subscribe and step further into the labyrinth of possibility. But the stakes do not end with speculation. Because if black holes create universes, then perhaps they shape the very rules of existence. Some physicists, like Lee Smolin, have proposed a theory of cosmological natural selection. In this view, universes that produce many black holes are the ones that reproduce, birthing more universes. And so, like life itself, the multiverse evolves. Universes that allow stars, galaxies, black holes, and therefore potentially life, are the ones that thrive. Which means our universe may not be random at all, but selected. Chosen. A product of cosmic evolution, honed by the fertility of black holes. And if that is true, then black holes are not just gateways to other universes. They're the reason we exist. Without them, no stars, no heavy elements, no planets, no life. Without them, no birth of cosmos after cosmos. The same objects that terrify us, that swallow everything, may also be the wombs of creation. Death and birth entwined in the fabric of reality. But then another thought arises, a thought as unsettling as it is inevitable. If black holes lead to new universes, could we one day learn to use them? To enter them not blindly but with intention? To seed new realities, sculpting universes as we might shape a dream? Imagine civilizations far beyond us, mastering black holes, creating realms of their own. Entire histories, entire laws of physics, entire oceans of stars, all born from the hand of intelligence. And then ask yourself, if they could do it, how can we be certain it has not already been done? Could our universe be the creation of some other mind, born not from chance, but from design? These are not answers we can yet hold. They are doorways, glimpses, invitations to wonder. And perhaps that is the point. Black holes are the universe's way of telling us that the story is not finished, that beyond the edge of knowledge lies something stranger, deeper, more luminous than we can yet see. So when you look up at the night sky, at the darkness between the stars, remember, somewhere in that darkness, a doorway may already be open. Somewhere, in the silence of collapse, a new universe may already be blooming. And if black holes are gateways, then every end is also a beginning, every fall a passage, every silence a birth. If this vision moves you, if the thought of standing at the threshold of universes makes you want to keep walking further, then stay with us. For this is only one path among many, and the next may be stranger still. Join us, and together we will follow the questions into whatever lies beyond. Perhaps, in the end, black holes are not graves at all, but seeds. And if so, then the universe is not dying. It is endlessly giving birth. And we brief, fragile, curious beings have been given the gift of standing in awe at the edge of infinity. And maybe, just maybe, that is what it means to be alive. For as long as we have studied black holes, they have refused to yield their secrets. The very equations that predict their existence also tell us they are impossible. A singularity, by definition, is a place where mathematics breaks down, where infinities erupt, where logic dissolves. And yet, the universe insists they exist. We have seen their shadows. We have felt their pull on stars. We have heard their collisions reverberating across space-time in the form of gravitational waves, ripples first detected in 2015, echoing from billions of years away. They are as real as anything we have ever measured. And yet, at their heart lies mystery. The problem is this: Einstein's general relativity tells us that mass bends space-time, and that in black holes, the curvature becomes infinite. But quantum mechanics, the other pillar of modern physics, insists that infinities cannot exist, that uncertainty prevents such precise collapse. Somewhere between the two, in the marriage of the very large and the very small, the truth lies hidden. And it is here that the idea of black holes as gateways is born. Because if the singularity is not a point of final collapse but of transition, then it may not be an end at all. It may be a bridge, a passage, a threshold between realities. In loop quantum gravity, a theory that seeks to unite Einstein and quantum physics, space-time itself is not smooth but granular, woven of tiny loops. And in this vision, black holes do not collapse into eternal singularities. Instead, the compression reaches a limit, like squeezing a spring too tightly, and then rebounds. The singularity becomes a bounce. A new universe may burst forth from that rebound, expanding outward, hidden from us beyond the event horizon, while to its inhabitants, it appears as their own Big Bang. In this model, black holes are the seeds of creation. Every collapse is a genesis. Roger Penrose, one of the great minds of 20th century physics, offered another vision: conformal cyclic cosmology. In this theory, our universe itself is not the first nor the last. It is one in a series of eons, each beginning with a Big Bang, each ending in a thinning out of matter and energy. In that thinning, black holes dominate, and when they evaporate through Hawking radiation, slowly leaking their mass away until nothing remains, they leave behind imprints. Penrose even claimed to see faint signals of these past universes in the cosmic microwave background, ghostly echoes of black holes that lived and died before our cosmos was born. In this way, black holes may be both the engines of death and the carriers of memory, whispering across the boundaries of existence. And still, the possibilities multiply. Some theorists propose that inside black holes lies not a singularity, but a wormhole, an Einstein-Rosen bridge leading elsewhere. The difficulty is stability. Wormholes collapse too quickly, crushed by the very gravity that creates them. Unless, some suggest, exotic matter exists, negative energy capable of holding the passage open. If such matter could be harnessed, a black hole might not simply consume but connect. And if it connects, where does it lead? Across the universe? To another universe? To an infinite chain of them? Think of the implications. If black holes are gateways, then every galaxy we see, every luminous cluster in the night sky, may contain not just billions of stars but billions of portals, each one the potential seed of another cosmos. Every night sky could be an orchard of universes, each fruit ripening unseen in the dark. And if you feel the pull of that thought, the weight of it settling into your mind, then remember, we are only at the edge. Every new discovery may fling the door wider, or close it entirely. If you would be there when the next horizon is revealed, if you would stand at the frontier with us when the next star collapses and the next theory emerges, then stay close. Subscribe, and together we will follow the echoes into the unknown. But perhaps the most staggering thought is this: if universes are born from black holes, then we may be able to explain why our universe seems so exquisitely tuned for life. The constants of physics, the strength of gravity, the charge of the electron, the mass of the proton, seem improbably balanced, so much so that a small change in any one of them would render life impossible. In the black hole cosmology model, universes that create stars also create black holes. And universes that create black holes give rise to more universes. Over time, the multiverse evolves toward universes like ours, fertile, star-filled, life-bearing. In this way, life itself may be not an accident, but an inevitability, a consequence of cosmic natural selection. We are here because black holes ensured that universes like ours would thrive. And yet, even as this vision offers meaning, it offers terror. For if black holes birth universes, then our own universe is destined, in time, to collapse into them. Galaxies will fall silent, stars will fade, and black holes will be all that remain. Our cosmos may one day give birth to countless children, even as it dies. In that far future, our existence may be forgotten, yet the spark of our universe may live on, multiplied beyond measure. We may be the ancestors of realities we will never know. To stand before this thought is to feel small, yes, but also to feel strangely immense. For in some sense, we are not just inhabitants of a universe. We are participants in its creation. Our atoms forged in stars, our galaxies held together by black holes, our very possibility written into the physics that ensures universes will bloom. To exist at all is to be woven into that chain. To ask these questions is to awaken to it. And perhaps that is why the idea of black holes as gateways is so captivating. It does not simply redefine what black holes are. It redefines what we are. Not fleeting beings lost in a cold, indifferent cosmos, but expressions of an endless generative cycle, part of a continuum of births and deaths that stretches beyond all horizons. So let us close not with certainty but with wonder. Black holes may be destroyers. They may be creators. They may be both at once. And in their paradox, they hold a mirror to us, fragile, finite, and yet capable of infinite imagination. The truth is, we do not yet know what lies beyond the event horizon. But perhaps, in our longing to cross it, we reveal something even more important, that we are a species built not just to survive, but to seek, to question, to dream beyond the edge of the possible. And if this question has taken root in you, if the pull of the horizon calls you to step further, then come with us. For this is not the last doorway. It is only the first. If black holes are gateways to new universes, then perhaps the truest illusion is that anything ever ends. What looks to us like collapse may be creation. What feels to us like loss may be transformation. The death of a star, a billion light years away, may not be an erasure but a birth cry. A silent announcement to realities that we will never see. Something new has begun. And if that is true of the cosmos, might it not also be true of us? We fear the singularities in our own lives, the losses, the endings, the dark horizons from which we cannot return. We imagine them as final. We imagine them as absolute. But what if they are gateways? What if every collapse hides within it a seed of becoming? What if every black hole of the heart contains the possibility of a new universe within the self? This is not just speculation about physics, it is a mirror. The cosmos does not only live above us in galaxies, it lives within us in the questions we dare to ask. When we wonder whether black holes are portals, we are also asking whether death can be creation, whether endings can be beginnings, whether the dark is not only a silence but also a womb. And the answer, as always, is not given but sought. It lies in the act of questioning, in the act of standing before the unknown and refusing to turn away. Perhaps one day, far in the future, we will know. Perhaps we will send instruments, probes, minds, even ourselves across the horizon. Perhaps we will step through and find, on the other side, a sky not of this universe but another, strange and radiant. Or perhaps we will never cross, never see, never know. Perhaps the gateway is not meant to be walked, but to be wondered at. And in that wonder, we may already be participating in the creation of new worlds. If this possibility stirs something in you, if the image of universes blooming inside darkness lingers in your mind, then stay with us. For this question is only one doorway among many. Subscribe and follow us as we move from one horizon to the next, through mysteries as deep as any black hole, into ideas as vast as any universe they might contain. And so we end not with an answer, but with a vision. Imagine the night sky as an orchard of gateways, every star's death a birth, every collapse a creation. Imagine that even now, inside the silent gulfs of black holes, entire universes are awakening, realities with their own stars, their own galaxies, perhaps even their own beings, staring up at their own skies, wondering about their own beginnings. What if, in the end, that is the secret of black holes? That nothing ever truly disappears? That the darkness is not a void but a seedbed? That every fall is a passage? That every end is always a beginning? And if so, then when you look into the night sky, you are not gazing into emptiness. You are looking at infinity folding in on itself, generation after generation, cosmos after cosmos, a symphony of universes without end. Maybe that is the truest gateway of all, the realization that we are not on the outside of this story, but inside it, woven into the same fabric that births stars, collapses them into silence, and seeds them into universes yet unborn. And if you can feel that, if you can sense that vertigo in your chest, then you have already stepped through.